Hi, welcome to the Paper Snot. This is Tara. I'm going to be doing mixed media mayhem hop for you today. I will have a link to all of the YouTubers who are participating in this hop. There might also be some ladies who only do Instagram. Those will be listed below as well. Last month we had a lovely layout to scrap lift. This month, for the month of February, we have a recipe that we're going to be using. So last month you heard me say, no pattern paper. Well, guess what? Part of our recipe for this month is no pattern paper. So let me say it again. Yes, I love my pattern paper, but this is a great challenge and I can't wait to get started. The rest of the recipe is a messy, inky background and stamping. So I have chosen to bring out my Vicki Boutin Foundations paper, as well as 3 colors of Distress Oxide inks to create a messy background. I'll bring in some stamps and do some other things with the background, and let's see what I do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to smush the ink pad down onto my glass mat and add some water. I'm going to use some packaging from some product to transfer the ink to my paper easily. I could have picked up the foundation's paper and dumped it over onto the glass mat itself, but I didn't want to do it that way. I wanted a little bit of control with my messy background, so I chose to do the packaging technique and do some ink smushing. I did choose 3 colors, as I said in the beginning. I chose this blue because it is just a beautiful color. You'll have to excuse my kitty. He wanted to say hi to you all. So this particular piece of packaging had some stickers on it, and it's leaving some pretty funky marks when I lay it down. So I end up switching it out for another piece of packaging, but those marks are pretty cool. So I just go ahead and I continue to transfer ink this way. I liked that I got quite a bit of smushing and some puddles on the background doing it this way, but then I'm going to come in and bring in my round ink dauber. As you probably have seen from previous videos, I keep a round foam pad underneath each of my ink pads so that each ink pad has its own color and I never have to worry about switching out in between. So I love that adding the ink this way doesn't take away from the puddles that I have already created on the background. They still show through really well, but I love that I'm getting really good coverage on this background because I want this background to be bright and vibrant and messy looking. And so I am just gonna swirl the foam dauber on there and I'm gonna just mix it around, but look how those splotches still shine through where I'm adding the ink with the foam daubers. I found while I was making this background that I really love playing with the Distress Oxides like this. They're just so vibrant and so colorful that it's just fun to turn this completely white piece of cardstock into this beautiful, messy, bright, colorful, inky background. So I chose the mustard seed because yellow is my husband's favorite color, and I'm going to be using a photo that his colonel took of him when they were on a Black Hawk flying to do a mission when they were both deployed together this past fall. So I wanted to bring in his favorite color. The picture it was very dark when I got it and I had to edit it so that you could actually see, but it's still kind of a dark picture, so this beautiful vibrant background really goes well with the photo. The next thing that I'm going to do here is bring in water with my mini mister, and I'm going to lightly spray this background, and then I'm going to roll my paper towel, roll over it to bring up the excess. I'm going to do this a couple of times to get some more mixture of the colors and to get some little bit of like reverse splatters from the ink. And so here is a close-up of my background. You can kind of see where I sprayed the water on it and it changed the colors a little bit. The next element in this month's recipe for Mixed Media Mayhem is to add stamping. And I have this really cool grungy border stamp that I'm going to stamp in black ink as an anchor point for my photo. I am also going to come in with this dotted background stamp, and I'm going to re-ink the stamp each and every time I stamp, but I'm going to cover my entire background with these dots. I am so absolutely pleased at this point with how this background is coming out. It is just so much fun to look at. It is so much fun to create that I feel like I should get out another set of inks and do it all over again. And oops, I dropped my stamp right there, but luckily I'm going to put the photo right there so it doesn't matter. And you notice that I'm turning the stamp too as I go to get it in various places. So it's just going to look kind of messy, and that is the look that we're going for this month. Now that my background is completely dry and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and build my layout. The first thing that I do is I'm going to distress my photo, and I'm going to distress the black cardstock mat that I'm going to put behind the photo. The gears that you see off to the right, I handmade out of some thin chipboard that I painted black and then cut with my Sizzix Bigs die, and then I sprinkled splatters all over them to get the various colors. I have made 2 batches of these gears in this way. I love the way they look on masculine pages, and I think I'm going to need to make a 3rd set here soon. They're just so much fun to work with. I am adhering my photo onto the black cardstock mat off kilter. The photo will end up on the background straight, but I wanted to create a little bit of movement for your eyes with that cardstock mat, and so it is off kilter. I am also going to begin lining up these gears and kind of interlocking them onto the right hand side of my layout. They are going to wrap around the bottom of that photo. The one gear that you see with a little metal piece in it, that is an Ali Edwards. It says something like Stories Matters or something like that. And I'm going to use a glue dot to adhere that in the center of the gear. I'm also distressing this journaling block. I hand stamped the journaling off camera. I didn't want to bore you with the detail of watching me painstakingly hand stamp my journaling. Hand stamping my journaling is something that I used to be known for. I haven't done it in a long time, and I thought I would go ahead and add it to this page because it's a little grungy and it looks really great with the theme that I'm going for with this page. Now, I did mention that my husband is deployed in this photo. He came home this past November from deployment. He is gone again currently. We get to talk on the phone daily. Love technology these days. I know that military wives back in the days did not get to hear from their husbands sometime for a year at a time, and so I feel absolutely blessed that we get to speak on a daily basis. The day that this photo was taken, I was really missing him, and I was really surprised when his colonel texted me this photo of him in the Black Hawk helicopter, and he was looking out the window. I don't even know that he was aware that she took the photo. So I thought it was kind of fun that on a day I really needed to see his face, that she sent me this photo. And I love the photo, even though it was kind of dark. I was able to edit it and just enough, and you can see that he's looking out the window, and those colors kind of match the background of my layout. I'm using very little liquid adhesive here because right now I'm just kind of trying to get those gears placed on the layout. I want to be able to move them if in case they don't land where I intended for them to land. I don't know if you noticed that I put a light bulb on my journaling block. You can hardly see it on camera, but off camera you can see, and the light bulb is there just because my husband lights up my world, and it's just kind of a nod towards that. I have decided to add some splatters to this background, and I'm going to use some old crate paper inks that I have in my stash. They're similar to the Mr. Huey's that I'm trying to use up, but I think they're even older. I chose a gray and a green, which funny is called Witch's Brew. And I'm going to cover up my photo again, and I'm just going to start splattering. I forgot my wooden dowel across the room, so I'm using my glue to do it, and I make a huge mess on my glue cap. Oh well, it'll wipe off. So the splatters are the last thing that I'm going to be adding to my layout. I want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. I realize that you can get inspiration anywhere on the internet, and so I really appreciate you stopping by. If you liked my video, please click the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you as a subscriber. It is free to subscribe and hit like. It helps with the analytics on our videos if you do those things. So I appreciate when you do. I will interact with you, so if you have questions or comments, just drop them below and I'll respond as soon as I can. Make sure you check out my description box below my video. There will be links to the rest of the ladies who are playing along this month. I believe we also have some Instagram links too, so make sure that you check those out as well. Have a great day. Bye.